Welcome back, everybody. Um, let's see. Last session, as we kind of left off, the party members were all on the beach where the mysterious black dragon descended below the surface. As it kind of went down deep into the sea, all that jazz. As you kind of stood at the beach, like kind of regaining yourselves from the prior events and everything, Gob having returned from almost drowning out in the ocean after trying to chase the glowing footprints of the dragon. Uricius kind of collecting her and consoling her in these matters, as the group has various discussions about what's ultimately going on here, and ultimately confused by what is the correct answer. Mysterious weather patterns begin kind of acting up on the beach. These weird winds are developing this kind of circular force, kind of sending sand up on everybody's way as it slowly grows in intensity. Suddenly a couple sparks appear and then a door frame. A pretty standard door frame upon further inspection. Uricius is the one that ultimately goes and kind of knocks on the door, which is greeted by a unfamiliar voice. Ultimately comes to the door to be this blue tiefling with kind of attributes of what I would say an air genasi, with kind of floating hair and everything. A odd kind of hybrid of the two. Dressed precariously in a robe with little to nothing below it. Very cocky and arrogant in the way to which he speaks to the parties, with a mischievous tail that was doing all sorts of things in the background. Ultimately talks to the group, is supposedly here to take Sawyer for the better good, and then to return him at another date. The group ultimately questions this and finds the man very strange. Upon revealing his name is Destiny, and there being an underlying theme that he may be the embodiment of Destiny or may be an imposter, unclear to the group, they ask him various questions to which he replies in various vague answers. However, they were suffice enough that the group allowed Sawyer to make up his mind. Sawyer agrees to go if it means that everything's going to be better as the individual says. After Sawyer kind of goes and everything, the door vanishes again. The players decide to go back into Gramsport, and they're going to swiftly be leaving town. When they find their way back into Gramsport, they come across multiple flyers telling that the heroes have a reward back in the inn. Whenever they return to Jocelyn's carriage, there's a bunch of gold and silver that has been collected by the various townsfolk that Jocelyn gives off to the players, not before Hugo precariously borrows a dress from one of Jocelyn's girls, Michelle, who has been a prior acquaintance. After they end up leaving from there, various kind of shops in the marketplace come and go. A few people are introduced. There's a kind of flamboyant alchemist and a rather rambunctious gnome tinkerer. After that's all dealt with, we realize that Hugo was actually ripped off very much when buying crossbow bolts, but it happened and Hugo agreed to them. The group decides to leave Gramsport on foot because Gramsport did not commonly have any normal horses available. Due to its mostly being a port town and everything, the horses here were typically fine bred, either war or race horses. And as a result, they were a bit more expensive than the group was willing to kind of shill out for. As they kind of leave Gramsport, they get about 2 hours outside Gramsport, and then they decide to kind of settle down in a clearing right along the main road, nestled up against the kind of Crimson Grove. In the middle of the night, various activities go on. Uricius ends up keeping watch, while Kiddy ends up sneaking out of her tent to try and go speak to Gob in particular, but ends up waking up almost the entire camp. After those events kind of mull themselves over, eventually the shift changes where Xulen is put on watch and Uricius kind of goes down for the night. However, as Xulen is kind of keeping watch, he hears some rustling and a little bit of bird noises coming from a bush. Upon kind of investigating further, he found a baby owlbear, seemingly lost from its group. Upon doing various animal handling checks and frightening, feeding, chasing this owlbear encasing it, dropping it into a pit, all sorts of things. The players begin in a precarious situation as oh god, what's his name? Hugo is currently unconscious, out sleeping, because Kiddy decided to cast sleep as he wanted to kind of sneak up on the owlbear cub and potentially kill it. After that all went down, there was kind of louder rustling and growling heard from the bushes as the owlbear cub was squeaking and growling and essentially crying out for help. And that is where we left off the last session, as the group is all kind of listening to the large kind of footsteps of muffled fur kind of grinding up against the surface, leaves crackling and twigs, bushes and trees rumbling out into the distance. What are you guys doing?
I hate how you made it sound like I was the one who put the baby owl in the hole.
You were.
That was Hugo.
No, that was definitely Hugo.
My summaries are never very reflective of the actual episode, so, go watch the episodes.
Yeah, go get the more accurate information, because Evan mixes things up all the time. So, Uricius is the one who's basically at the edge of the pit right now. Can he discern how many creatures it sounds like are coming from the forest?
You can give me a perception check.
Okay. That's 21.
From where you're currently standing, you can make out more than one. However, the exact quantity is rather unknown because the noises begin to kind of mesh with one another, and you're not necessarily attuned to kind of listening out for packs of animals and their functions.
You guys hear that as well, right?
There's more than one.
We get going?
But we can't just leave the owlbear in a pit. Damn, Hugo doing this to the poor thing.
As Hugo is snoring away on the ground.
My question is, do we wake him up or do we leave him like that?
We leave him like that. Are you kidding me? He's gonna kill the damn thing.
We could carry him and run back later.
Can I tell how far away these footsteps are?
They're definitely within like 100 feet or so from you. Like they are actively in the forest coming towards you.
Somebody should probably kill that baby owlbear. I mean, I'm
Shut
asleep.
Shut up, you're asleep.
You are asleep. You don't get to talk.
So side note for podcast listeners, Erin is not here with us this time around. She decided to take the session off. So she will possibly be back with us soon. Anyways, getting back into it.
Gob is being played by our...
Okay, I'm going up and I'm going to start dragging Hugo away from the forest edge.
Uricius is gonna try and calm down the baby owlbear.
As it's still in the pit.
Yes.
Okay.
Take it out?
I believe you mean the term is dirt crib?
The pit is 5 foot deep. You would actively have to get in the pit and pick up the owlbear.
To let it out, yep. So he's just gonna leave it in there. Try and calm it down.
You want to make an animal handling check and describe how you want to do this?
Yes.
Actually, describe how you're going to do this, then make the roll.
Okay. So Uricius is just gonna... He's never had to do this before, but he's going to actively focus on seeing if he can dim his light. And I'll leave that at your discretion to see how well he does with that. And he's just going to just kind of... Like you would a stressed out cat, go, shh, it's okay. It's okay, you're fine. So, but since it's in a 5 foot pit, he can't really, like, do anything else other than that, but yeah.
So does Uricius get in the pit with the owlbear?
It's a cub, so it probably can't do too much damage, but he's not going to take that chance considering how freaked out it is.
Okay.
Plus, it could be seen as aggression, and he doesn't want to risk that, so...
Okay. Make the animal handling check for me.
A dirty 20! Oh my god! This is a strong start to the session.
Does he successfully install a dimmer switch?
the the baby owlbear kind of looks at you, and you can tell that for a moment it gets a little bit more comfortable with the fact that you're literally glowing. However, it's still not super cozy with you. It's better for sure, but it is still kind of freaked out by the situation. The pit isn't helping.
Okay.
The light isn't helping.
Okay. He's gonna like give it some food. Just like a
Okay.
little bit of jerky.
Okay. Hold on, let me roll for the owlbear.
Oh no.
The owlbear completely just kind of goes in the complete opposite corner from the jerky, and it is almost kind of like squawking up, trying to like almost claw its way up the sides of this pit.
Okay.
And with that, I am going to say everybody roll initiative.
Damn it!
Hugo's not getting that pet, is he? I mean, is he
No, he's not.
stupid Hugo?
Hugo would have disadvantage.
Okay. So
'Cause-
still roll initiative.
Yes.
Alright, I'll just roll 2 dice at once. Oh, strong. Both are 5.
Ooh, that's an 8.
I
That's
need to
not
stop
good.
rolling with D&D Beyond. I just got a 20.
I got an 8.
Oh, Cack left at that very moment. I. We have lost Cack.
I can roll for her. I've got 2 dice right here. Even though I don't go well so far tonight.
We know her dexterity.
No.
Evan does, though.
I was pulling it up, damn it. +1.
I rolled an 11 for her.
Cool. Sounds great. Kitty gets an 11 or 12. You guys should be able to fill in your own numbers on the chart.
It won't let me.
Oh, what'd you roll? Or what?
An 8.
Gob is gonna get a 7.
Oh man, we are so slow.
What did Uricius get?
Nat 20.
What's your dex mod?
Again, just 20. He doesn't get
Oh,
a dex
yeah.
mod.
Poor little boy. Uricius or Xulen or Hugo, who has the higher dex?
Mine's a +3.
Mine's
So
also
obvious.
+3.
Well,
I'm pretty sure we're both the same.
considering you're unconscious, I'm gonna take this one.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
There we go.
And let's be honest, probably my first action is going to be slapping you in the face.
Cack is back.
I've got a plan.
Cack.
No,
Uh,
Yeah,
no more
sorry
playing
about
for
that.
you.
I had to help my dad find a memory stick, even
It's
though
okay.
it was right in front of him. But you know,
Hugo
do.
rolled for you. You got a 12 on initiative.
thank you.
All right. Just as you guys are all kind of getting ready, as the sounds kind of approach closer and closer, eventually they get close enough where Xulen's kind of animalistic instincts kind of kick in and just like, guys, get ready. As you brace yourself, a large bear-like creature begins to kind of walk out of kind of the forest edge, with this owl-like head, these white feathers leading into a brownish coat. However, you notice that almost its top coat on its back is this lighter kind of white color, and it doesn't initially register with you, and then when it kind of peers its head out and it sees you, and it kind of gets a gist of where the little baby is, lets out this kind of blood-curdling almost caw at you, and then you see these massive kind of white feathery wings begin to kind of unfurl from its back. And now I need a roll initiative for it. So these are owlbears with wings.
Great.
We're
Great.
gonna die.
I'm loving it.
Got a 19. All right. So Uricius is up first in the order. You guys,
Oh my god.
you actively do hear more of these creatures approaching.
Okay. This is bad. This is bad. Okay. Uricius is going to use Blast. Oh god. I'm glad I have all these spell slots. And he is going to use it on himself, Xulen, and Kiddy.
Okay.
Because fuck Hugo, he's asleep.
Cool.
And then I think that's it.
No bonus action or movement?
Actually, how close is this owlbear to Uricius? Like,
Well, it's 5 feet in a pit. You're right up at the edge of the pit.
No, I'm talking about the big motherfucker.
Oh, well, you can see on roll 20.
The 15, yeah.
Yeah, 15 feet away from you.
So he's gonna move just 5 feet back.
Okay.
Just so he's closer to everyone else.
Oh no, the cub gets an attack of opportunity.
Uricius was not actively in the pit.
I knew I shouldn't have gotten in the pit.
Is that all for your turn?
I mean, everyone is at full health, I assume, so yes.
All right. Then we will move on to the owlbear's turn. As it kind of peers its owl-like face out of the forest, looks around at the group, and then very much just locks these almost eagle-like eyes straight at Uricius. And it's going to kind of run up right next alongside the pit, holding the owlbear cub, and kind of stare down Uricius, and then it's going to flap its wings as a brilliant beam of light echoes down from the night sky, piercing kind of the red veil of the crimson glow with this yellowish white radiant beam. And can Uricius make a dexterity saving throw for me?
Oh, dear God. Okay.
Damn, owlbear's doing that magic.
16?
16 does pass.
Oh, thank God.
And you are going to take 8 radiant damage.
Only 8? Oh, that's not bad.
And then it is going to...
Wait, I am resistant to radiant.
Yeah, you're an Asmore.
Yeah.
Yes!
And then it's going to use its beak and try to make an attack against you with it.
Okay.
That is a 18 to hit.
18. If it's at 18, I'm assuming it's a hit.
Yes.
Okay. Damn.
That is going to be 7 points piercing damage to you. And then as it kind of bites you and rips off part of kind of a bit of your clothing over top of your armor, and just kind of holds it in its mouth and stares you down even more intently. And that'll be the end of its turn. On to Kiddy.
Kiddy is terrified.
The beam of light is persisting on top of Uricius right now.
Oh goodness gracious. Kiddy is going to take the disengage action. And
okay.
she is going to use her movement to move 15 feet behind Xulen.
Alright, we're sorry behind Xulen.
And then she's going to fiddle with her Theorbo a little bit to grant Xulen bardic inspiration.
We
That's
just
a 1d6
stacking all these buffs on me. Bring it, owlbear. Let's do this.
Oh.
Okay. Anything else for Kiddy?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, were you saying something, Alannah?
Yeah, just quick question. What's Xulen's AC?
It's about to be 18.
Okay. If that's the case, fuck you.
And not to be rude to Xulen or anything, but another owlbear is also going to come in into initiative. As you kind of hear the rustling of the treetops, kind of distracted by the giant beam of light that just appeared right in front of your face, with kind of your animalistic senses, you kind of turn to your left to see one now flying over the treetops towards you.
Damn it.
So yeah, that one is actively flying above the trees and everything. And sorry, let me add turn. And it got a 10 to initiative. Move him up. Da-da-da. There we go. Owlbear is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right along there. It's going to swipe at Hugo, who is currently asleep.
He kind of deserves this.
But I'm
He
not
does.
a threat. Why would it go after the clearly not a threat? It's not smart.
To make sure it is clearly not a threat.
I assume a 20 hits you. Okay.
Yup.
One kind of beak attack as it goes up and just rips off a part of the clothing from Hugo. That is going to be 10 points of slashing or piercing damage, and then it's going to take another swipe at you with its claw. As well, those are both awful. I assume 10 doesn't hit you. And it's gonna kind of.
But I am awake now.
Yes, you are. It's gonna kind of take a swipe at you, and just as you kind of wake up, you see the claw coming towards you, and you reactively just kind of push yourself back on the ground a little bit to dodge it narrowly. And then it's gonna caw right in your face. And
What's going on? Where's my trophy?
What do you mean, your trophy?
Jesus!
It's not letting me move my token for some reason.
hold on, let me delete access, and then I'll re-add it. There, Yorkee, to update that now.
There you go. Yep, I can do it.
Cool.
Okay, so first thing, we're transforming into my lichen form.
Okay.
For a bonus action. I feel like using up everything for this. Yeah, we do. So 5, 10, 15. Gonna move right there. So Hugo's not in range of this. And I will be activating my asthma corona.
Okay.
So he has to make a wisdom saving throw, become frightened. I believe DC is 10.
Oh, okay. That's less intimidating. It got a 2. It is frightened.
Hey, it's frightened for a turn.
It is actively 5 feet off the ground, by the way. And it's only for a turn?
Yes.
Cool.
And that will be my turn.
Awesome. And then we're on to Hugo, who is currently prone on the ground.
That I am. So,
Flying owlbear right in
looking
your face.
around, looking around, would I notice the big column of light
It is
next to me?
it is still a couple hours before daytime. So it is emanating a large amount of kind of moonlight all the way around you.
Excellent. And I assume I recognize this.
Yes, very much.
Yeah, so I'm going to book it. I'm not going to disengage. It is going to swipe against me.
Okay.
And I'm going to book it.
Cool.
All the way down to here.
So I assume you're dashing.
Yes.
16 hit you with the opportunity attack?
Nope.
Okay. Kind of you just narrowly kind of duck your way through another one of its claws just as you wake up. And anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'm going to, you know how if you like get between like a bear and its baby, you're supposed to kind of like, back up with your hands up. Hugo's doing that, but he's dashing, so he's just like stumbling over himself as he runs backwards away from this owlbear.
Okay. Yeah, as you kind of dance almost around Kiddy, the owlbear now kind of makes eye contact with Kiddy and just stares her down. And with that,
Albert doesn't kill me. I'm going to kill you, Hugo.
it is Gob's turn, which is kind of flipping back and forth between the two owlbears currently, but she can't really see through the beam of light 100% right now. So she can't really aim very well at that one, so she's going to take a shot at the other one. She's going to whiff terribly with a 1. Alright, okay. That was her action.
I'm going to say it's something else other than me.
And then she's going to kind of back up a little bit from everything going on. And then we move on to Uricius.
Okay, so
They left us alone with 2 owlbears.
after this, this is a bonus action. Okay, so he is going to use Cure Wounds on himself because he doesn't want to risk anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's put him back at max health. Okay. And then he is going to use Shield of Faith on himself, which puts his AC up to 20.
Cool. Anything else you want to do on your turn? You are actively standing in the beam of light.
Oh yeah, he's gonna step out of it.
Okay.
Just kind of back up one. Just the one.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's at the start of your turn. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
I'm so glad I invested in con. This thing doesn't touch me. That is a 23 total.
Okay. Half 2d10. Roll those. And that is 7 rounded down, 3 radiant damage. Halved again, so it would be 2 for you.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
You are still standing, like your token is still in the moonbeam. That rectangle is the moonbeam.
Oh.
I'm alone. Call the owlbears now.
And then it's going to swipe at you as you initially kind of move out of its range.
I'd like to see it try.
It tried because that's a 23.
Can I use cutting words against that?
Yeah.
Does that hit?
Yes, it
okay,
would hit.
Cutting words. Okay, cutting words. That's not happening on my watch.
Yeah,
No.
insult that owlbear.
3! Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
What do you say to this owlbear? What does Kitty kind of utter to this owlbear to distract it for a moment?
Speak its native language.
Ah! What do owlbears speak? She's gonna. Oh no, she still has speak with animals on. She's like, "Can you please stop clawing?"
Obviously, just not understanding what you said. Just like looks insulted.
It's insult that you stereotyped it like that. Do you think you'd understand that language?
All right. With Uricius over, it's the first owlbear's turn, who is going to.
Wait,
do you have something else? Yep.
No, you didn't give me the damage. I'm gonna be a good player and take the damage.
Oh yeah. D10 plus 5. 13 points. Slashing if it makes a difference. And
No.
Owlbear is going to move the moonbeam right on top of Uricius again. Can you please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh my god. Another nat 20. That's great. Okay, let's go.
2d10. That's 20 divided by 10, then 2, then 5 for you.
Yep. Oh my god. This is so bad.
And then the owlbear is gonna walk right up to you and is gonna take a little peck at you. 20 plus 5, or that's 22 to hit.
Guys, I might be dead.
I like I'm the tank and nothing's happening to me.
That's 6 points of damage.
I'm unconscious.
In the moonbeam, I will add. All right.
Hugo.
As Uricius kind of goes down in the middle of the moonbeam.
Oh, this is bad.
All right. And that's all it's gonna do on its turn, and then we go down to Kitty.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, is the owl bear that's next to Xulen still looking at me?
Yeah, no, it's looking at you very intently.
That's nice. I'm gonna give a very sorry look to Xulen. I'm gonna cast invisibility.
I hate all of you so much. My God.
Woo!
All right. Is there anything else you're doing on your turn?
Okay, 1 second. I have to abs again. I am I am moving now. I am moving.
Okay.
I'm going to move behind the furthest tent down here.
Sounds good.
Kind of like a cover.
Just moves right behind Xulen's tent that he has set up. First you abandon Xulen, then you use his tent for cover.
Xulen. I'm so sorry.
You guys better pray Xulen doesn't survive this encounter.
The owlbear right next to Xulen, it's gonna kind of flap its wings a few times, and then you're gonna see another beam of light appear right on top of Xulen.
No, it's not frightened. Doesn't have to do anything because it's frightened.
Oh, yeah, no, it's frightened. Okay, I forgot about that. Thank you for the reminder. It is going to have to use its turn to run away.
Do I get attack of opportunity?
Yes, you do.
Yay!
Fuck it up.
Shut up! Let's see, and I get to roll with Bless, so... Does a 17 hit?
17 does it. I don't know why I had to read its stats like 4 times to figure out the AC.
Let's see, 8 plus... So, 8 piercing plus 3 necrotic.
Okay. Awesome. Anything else?
No, it's your turn.
Oh, yeah. It's going to move back, almost kind of like growling at you, as you see its kind of retreat with its wings, back.
I'll right back at it.
It is going to cast Moonbeam on you.
I'll screw you too.
As another giant pillar of light just pierces this night sky. And can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
We have Bardic Inspiration.
A 19.
19 succeeds. That's 3 damage halved, and then you're also has about halved again.
1 damage.
Yeah.
That tickled, you overgrown bird.
But you are actively standing in a pillar of light. A little bit tingly to the touches, you know? And then we move on to Xulen's turn.
Okay, Okay, so bonus action, I'm going to use my Vite to electrify one of my claws. So I'm going to take... I take 4 damage. Then I'm going to move right here and take a swipe at that one.
Alright, the one right in front of Uricius. As you do kind of get closer to it, you can semi-see the kind of, in the beam of light, that Uricius is just laying there motionless on the ground.
Oh no.
Alright, you want to take a swipe at it?
Take a swipe. That is a crit.
That does in fact hit.
Okay, so a crit will deal 12, 10, 23 damage.
Nice. As you kind of, this owlbear, you manage to kind of get it to like constantly twist its attention right towards you and then kind of squawk right in your face.
Well, I note I literally rolled max damage for the crit also.
Well, crit, the other set of dice are automatically maxed. That's how I do crits.
I know, even that I still rolled the...
Oh, yeah.
Also the highest possible.
Fair enough. All right, anything else with Xulen?
Damage to it, and that is gonna have to be my turn.
All right, and we're on to Hugo.
All right. Can I see Uricius?
Last you saw it, like you know vaguely that he is standing in the pillar of light. You can't actively see his body down though.
All right. Then I guess I'll just assume he's still standing, and I'm going to yell at Xulen, "Tell Uricius to get out of there!"
He's dead, I'm pretty sure.
Well, then grab him. We could keep these bird bears in one place while we escape.
Oh, actually, I just realized this. Whenever Uricius dealt that damage to the owlbear, it lost concentration on the moonbeam. Hugo, in fact, can now see kind of Uricius laying there motionless.
So, in other words, I'm not unconscious, you jerk.
No, I just dealt the damage right now.
All right. Well,
Are you pointing a laser beam in your eye there, Evan?
Well, in that case, I'm going to cast Healing Word on Uricius.
Okay.
So that he comes back up. Oh, nice. That's 4 HP plus nothing because I have no wisdom.
Wait, healing word? What the hell? So
Yeah,
what
that's
are you?
It's so useful.
And
Right.
then for my action, I'm going to pull out my dagger, cut my wrist, and cast Curse of Binding on this thing, elevated. So it has to make me a Strength saving throw.
Owlbears are some chunky guys.
Yeah, but no.
That's 25.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, I wouldn't be able to do that anyway. That was totally my bad. But you know what? It's too far away. Oh well, I'll still mark it off as I used it because I'm a fool. And then I will back up some more and stay far away from it.
Sounds good.
Right there.
Am I the only one who could be dealing damage to these things?
Hey, I dealt damage. I'm gonna continue
and
to
then
attack.
we go back to Gob, who is going to do we'll do Dragon's Breath. Dexterity saving throw. Alright. Kind of gonna run up right among everybody. Noticing that Uricius is down. Gonna do Dragon's Breath as you see this kind of twisting vortex of dark and light energy just kind of spew from Gob's mouth as if she was a dragon. And then I need to do Dexterity saving throw for the owlbear. He feels terribly, so that is 3d6, I believe. Yes, 3d6. All right, and that will be 11 points. Awesome. This owlbear is starting to look bloodied. And then does Gob have anything else that I can do? No. Okay. And we go back onto Uricius at the top of the order.
So at this point, Uricius he's taking a real bad beating. And he is actually how is that again? No, fuck it, I won't. Okay, so he is going to use Prayer of Healing on himself because holy shit.
Okay.
And that is 10 extra points of health. Oh, okay. So he's down 14. Oh my god. And for his bonus action, he's going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
One of the most OP spells.
Yes.
No idea what you're talking about. It's perfectly balanced.
Yes, the clerics are 100% a balanced class.
Okay. And I'm assuming I'm allowed to hit the thing?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
I don't think we ever made a token for yours, but I have one that I used in the other group that I'll throw down for you. There you go.
Cool. Yeah, we'll have to talk about what his looks like after. So with that...
Well, you can describe it now.
Oh, so, unlike his mace, his spiritual weapon kind of, it is more of a memento from home, and it is just a really nice quarterstaff with a bunch of vines covering it, but it's not your typical vine. It's these really gorgeous, like, purple morning glories covering it. And that is a 23 to hit.
23 does, in fact, hit.
Okay. And that is 8 damage.
What is the damage type? Is it radiant?
That's a good question. Yes.
That was very unsure.
That's because it is. Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so owlbear looking bloodied. You kind of just hammer into more of its wounds. Speaking of owlbear being
God, take a hand and you summon a stick to hit it with.
Look, man, I didn't pick. I've almost died. I don't want to hear it from you.
It's going to kind of whip and look over at Xulen that just brutally mained this thing.
By the way, one thing, spiritual weapons force damage, not radiant.
Force damage, thank you.
Shit, you're right.
Alright, and then it's going to make first a little beak attack at you, trying to peck you to death. That's another 17, so 22 to hit.
That hits, and I'm good. Unless it's magical, I'm taking half the damage.
Yeah, and then I'm just going to roll for the second attack as it kind of swipes at you with its claws. That is going to be 17 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. So with the peck attack, that's going to be... Peck attack is such a stupid phrase. It's going to be 10 points of piercing damage, so half 5.
I take 5. Okay.
Yeah, and that's going to be all for its turn. As you see it starting to realize that it's kind of surrounded by you all, and you can kind of see it's beginning to kind of unfurl its wings more as if it's about to take off. Kiddy.
Okay, noticing that everyone's taking care of this one owlbear, Kitty's gonna move up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, how far away is this other owlbear? Let's measure that.
40 feet.
40 feet. Okay, cool. Kitty's going to swear in what she assumes to be owlbear tongue.
Just makes god-awful bird noises at the owlbear.
Yes, vicious mockery. That's a 13 wisdom save that I'm totally not going to use cutting words on.
Okay. They got 11.
Okay. Never mind. Okay, let's roll for the insult.
What?
3, damn. Ha!
Alright.
How do you like that, you flying rat? I don't know.
It's literally a flying bear.
That's all.
It's so adorable.
Alright, 3 damage, and then
That's my turn.
what are the other effects? Is it
Gets disadvantage on the next disadvantage on its next attack.
awesome. Speaking of which, it's going to move the moonbeam right on top of Xulen and Gob.
God, I love all the resistances.
Can you make me a Constitution saving throw? Yes, Gob does the same.
Remember, you have a bardic inspiration. That's probably not going to work here.
Does Bless work with saving throws also?
Can you stack them?
I think it should. Let me check.
Attack roll or saving throw, yes.
I have the spell open because I was checking.
Actually,
D6 and D4.
Bless is no longer active because Uricius went down in its concentration.
That's right.
You're right.
That's
yeah,
right.
I'm not gonna bother using bardic inspiration. This is just gonna hurt.
Owie.
What'd you get on it?
I got a 6.
Okay. And then the moonbeam, that is going to be 2d10 radiant. 18 divided by... so 18 towards you, and then divide by 2, since it's radiant, 9. Gob is hit by the full force of this. And you can see her almost like lose her balance as the beam of light moves into her position. Perfect. And she looks pretty bloodied as well. And then it's going to fly on over and say hi to you and peck at Xulen, who's going to take
Disadvantage.
Oh yeah, disadvantage, that's true. Get to nat 1. So this is, and then we're on to Xulen.
Xulen is not looking like the happiest camper right now. Okay, let's try to finish off this thing. He's going to take one of his electric claws and swipe at the one in front of him that he's been beating on.
Okay. Bloodied one that everybody's surrounded by.
Want to use that bardic inspiration?
Yeah, I'm going to. 14.
14 does hit.
Oh, good. Okay. 9, 12 plus 3 necrotic is 15 damage.
Okay.
9 slashing, 3 lightning, 3 necrotic.
Okay. As you kind of wail into this thing, you can see it was just unfurling its wings as if it's about to take off, but now it's kind of stumbling all over the place, and you can tell that it's kind of off balance. And you notice that as it kind of pulls back one of its wings, you almost see like the hilt of a sword kind of hanging out of its side. And with that, we will go on to Hugo if Xulen has nothing else.
A bonus action.
Oh, do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I'm going to use the bonus action to take another swipe at it.
Oh, yeah, I forget that you can do that.
Yep.
All right.
I call dibs on that sword.
Oh, no, it's a 13. I don't count
13
the
hits.
inspiration. Oh, still, wow.
Yes. Natural armor.
And this will only be 10 damage.
Okay, so that sends it down. You just completely get a final swipe, and you just kind of rip into its flesh as you see some of the blood kind of squirt out, leaving you kind of drenched in it, and then it just kind of falls motionless right there in front of you, as you kind of hear the baby owlbear in the background now kind of like screaming even more as this owlbear kind of let out a kind of final sigh of pain.
I was about to say I couldn't see anything, but I can definitely hear stuff.
And
Xulen is kind of hunched over, looking a little ravaged, looking a little bit angry and insane at this point, covered in all this blood.
And we're on to Hugo.
All right, let's take this crossbow out. Test run.
I swear, if its first shot shoots me.
So, I will move over a little bit so I get a nice clear shot at this boy.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to move out the moonbeam. Shoot.
And then, hey, I might hit it and it might break its concentration. And then I'm going to stab myself. Oof, that really hurt. Okay. And then to do lightning damage to it, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I haven't used lightning yet.
You want to describe how your right looks? I don't think I've had you describe the lightning one.
Well, in this case, because it's going to be for my crossbow, basically I'm going to take the first bolt, stab it into my hand, and then like smear it on the crossbow. Cool. And then I'm going to fire, as now the crossbow is electric. Oh, yes. That's a total of 20.
That does, in fact, hit.
Yes. All right. That's D8. So, 6 piercing damage, and then 4 lightning damage.
6, 4. Okay, awesome. As you completely nail this thing, and it has a little bit of a hard time kind of keeping itself afloat with its wings as you kind of nail into it.
Does it lose its concentration?
I'm trying to figure that out right now. It does.
Yes. Ha! I'm useful.
My stupidity.
And as you guys see the second pillar of light just vanish from the sky, and the darkness of the night begins to kind of encroach a little bit more, but is kept away by Uricius. And
I was
then,
gonna say.
Anything else for Hugo?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Gob's gonna kind of look around, and I think we can do. She has shatter, right? Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say, did she lose her dragon breath concentration?
Oh, she took damage. Thank you for reminding me. No, she's good. All right, she's gonna do shatter on that owlbear, and then it fails terribly. It's gonna be 3d6 thunder damage as a echoous boom is heard emanating from the owlbear's position, and that is going to be 9 points of thunder damage. And then Gob is gonna kind of almost back up and just kind of like hide behind Uricius a little bit.
Oh.
And then we moved on to Uricius.
Uricius is going to run up because he's already almost died. He might as well test this. He's going to run up to the owlbear, and he is going to hit it with his mace.
Okay.
That is a dirty 20.
That hits.
Woo! Okay. And that is 6 damage.
Bludgeoning, right?
Yes.
Cool. All right.
And then I'm assuming I've never actually used spiritual weapon before. I'm assuming I can hit with it.
It's a bonus action to move.
Bonus action to move it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like a bonus action to like move and attack.
Oh, cool. He's gonna do so. And dun. Oh my goodness. Please let me hit. There we go. That is an 18.
Okay. That does hit. Sorry.
And that is 10 damage.
All right. The magical mace does more damage than the normal mace. Or, I guess the quarterstaff does more damage than the mace.
Yes, it does.
All right. The owlbear by this time is kind of looking bloodied. And then that owlbear is dead. Then we're on to Kiddy.
All right, it's time for another pro insult. All right.
Squawk, squawk,
Kitty's
squawk,
gonna
squawk.
play Theorbo. And what she assumes to be owlbear, she's gonna call it an overgrown looking what are those throw up things called again? A pelt? Is that what they call them? The things they chuck up?
Yes.
Overgrown pelt.
Furball, you mean?
That's a 13 wisdom
No,
save.
furball.
Oh yeah, pellet.
Something.
Yeah,
Pellet.
pellet.
Okay.
Overgrown
Kitty with
pellet.
Kitty with that casual evasivism towards owlbears.
Oh my god.
I understand it. You don't know.
19. It passes.
Oh fuck.
It is still very
It's because I
effective.
said pelt and not pellet. Kitty's gonna swear under her breath, and then she's yeah, that's it.
All right.
That's it. Yeah.
One of us is
I'm
going to
here.
die this turn.
Your sis is
Maybe,
gonna
hopefully, it
die.
goes for the maybe we'll go for the magic staff. It could be a dumb owlbear.
It is going to swipe at Xulen.
God damn it!
Starting
It's
off
okay, Uricius is right here.
with a good peck, which is a 18 to hit.
That meets. So yeah.
All right, and the other one's a crit. So it's gonna peck into you, and you kind of stumble back as you're a little bit weakened, and it takes a slice at you, and it just completely goes all the way down your chest. So the first one is going to be, the peck is going to be 10 points piercing damage, and then the claw attack will be 23 points of slashing damage.
Yep, that is a downed Xulen. You just kind of have like a gurgly blood splat down
Were
his throat.
you down from the peck or the
No,
side?
I was still
Okay,
up. I was still up in the peck.
cool. Just checking. All right. Yeah, Xulen goes down. Xulen, make a death saving throw and send me a message.
Some dice out for this.
And we're on to Hugo as he does that.
All right, Hugo sees his good friend Xulen go down, and he kind of shrugs. Let's fire a shot again. I don't think I can. Yeah, I can't reach. I will move up a little bit to there.
Okay, you kind of move up more in between the tents, getting into the camp area.
This requires a reload, and I forget.
Bonus action reload.
All right, cool. Then I reload the crossbow, and I fire it. It's a 14 plus 5. 19.
That hits.
Don't worry, Xulen. Hugo is here for you. That's 7 piercing and another 4 lightning.
Okay.
Hugo to the rescue.
Awesome. All right, he's marked off. Anything else for Hugo?
He will scream at it.
Anything specific?
Nope,
Okay, sounds good.
just a terrified scream. All right, cool.
Oh, he's the one who's terrified.
Gob is going to quickly kind of scuttle around Xulen and then do a dragon's breath. Owlbear passes. So half of 3d6. So 6 damage on the owlbear. Kind of gonna look over at Xulen, look up at the owlbear, kind of look over at like Uricius is still not looking 100%. A little bit freaked out by the situation. Then kind of like does a little snarl at the owlbear. And we're on to Uricius.
Okay, how bad is this bear looking?
It's bloodied.
Okay, so with this turn, Uricius is going to use healing word on Xulen just to get him back up on his feet. That is 6 points of health.
All right.
And he'll also use Cure Wounds. Just get up all of his actions, might as well.
And Xulen is brought back
And
up.
that is 10 points of health extra from Cure Wounds.
Xulen lives once more.
And that's... Is that everything I can do? I think that's everything.
All right. And on to Kiddy. Kiddy, you also lost invisibility a couple turns ago because you cast a spell. That's up.
Oh yeah, I thought I said that.
Okay, yeah.
Like she popped out invisibility.
Yeah, I might have missed that.
Oh, good. Yeah, she had a mini heart attack seeing Xulen go down, but he's up again. Another shaky, vicious mockery.
You guys this whole time have just heard her making
to say.
squawking and bird noises in the background.
Xulen's pretty sure that's his blood loss making him hallucinate.
Bird or friend?
Oh man.
It got a
He
15.
just yells at it. She's annoying. That's Kitty's turn. Screaming. Actually, no. Actually, yes. That's her turn.
All right.
Sorry. Actually, wait. Actually, no. I'm done.
Okay.
Useless.
What just happened?
I don't know.
It's gonna try to fly up even more as it kind of brings out its wings. So everybody will get to make an attack of opportunity against it.
Yes.
Cobb just has the dagger
Attack of
melee.
mockery.
Gob gets 3 points off with her dagger. 19 hits. And 10 slashing. Golden boy, what you get?
It is... Because freaking that is a max of 6. Cool.
Oh, okay. Process. As Xulen kind of takes a swipe at it, you see it just kind of begin to kind of fall down as it goes motionless. Xulen, how do you want to do this?
Xulen is just veering back with his electric claw and just sliding it right into the neck and just letting electricity and necrotic energy just course into it.
Okay, you kind of see its eyes wide over in the last moment as you kind of pump unhealthy amounts of electricity into it, and it falls motionless on the ground. It is dead.
Are we out of initiative?
Yes.
Okay, Uricius is going to look back at Hugo and immediately go, if you touch that baby owlbear, I will kill you myself.
I don't have to touch it.
You just see a Xulen covered in blood. You're not sure if it's Owen or the owlbears, and he's just walking over to the first dead one looking for that sword.
Okay.
You just gotta see him waddle over there, just like done with this shit right now.
Can you do a investigation for me as you kind of try to almost like move its wing and figure out exactly where you saw the sword again?
Sure.
It's kind of a mangled corpse right now.
Ugh, that's a 5.
Okay. It's gonna take you a little bit of time, but you spend time just kind of like lifting up the wing and just be like, I'm not sure if it's there, and then you kind of like put it back down, and you're like a little bit kind of almost like shell stuck still. So like you almost like repeat your action a couple times, like wing, no, put it back down, and then you like go over to the other wing, and you're like, no, it's not there either, and then you finally go back around, and you see the hilt of the blade kind of sticking out of the side, with the rest of the blade still kind of stuck inside the owlbear.
They just see me walking around this owlbear, just poking and prodding it for no good reason.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hugo walks over and pulls out his dagger. Xulen, that's not how you butcher an owlbear. This is how
He's
you
just gonna
butcher an
pull that
owlbear.
sword and just rip it out right now and just, if you can, point it at Hugo.
As you rip out this sword from the side of the owlbear. The second that you get more than just kind of the hilt out, you see kind of this immaculate silverish white blade that produces light in all which area from you as you hold the sword, even covered in blood. You see the blood almost kind of like start to evaporate once you pull it out.
So Hugo just sees Xulen covered in blood, just kind of points his random sword at him, not just saying a word, just having the most grumpy face you could ever imagine on right now.
I will say, the people that are kind of around Xulen and the sword and Xulen himself, you feel heat coming off this sword.
By the power of Grey Skull, I have the
Cast
power.
iron.
Okay. Well, Uricius is just gonna kind of casually walk up to Xulen, not paying attention to the fact that he's holding a sword at Hugo, and go, here, and hand him one of the greater health potions that he has.
Okay.
This creature snatches it, and he just starts downing this stuff.
Hugo's gonna casually walk up to Xulen and kind of like, like take the blade and like admire it a little bit. That's a pretty nice sword.
Do you touch it?
Yes.
Okay. Can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Yes. No, I can't.
Suffer!
I'm not going to.
Suffer!
That's a 5 total.
Burn.
Did you say 5?
Yes.
Hold on. That is 9 points of fire damage as it singes your finger.
So Hugo walks up, touches the thing, and then just collapses.
You see Xulen, he's still just kind of facial expression, hand, sword still extended, and he just kind of gets a little smirk at that one.
Uricius, without even thinking about it, will go down. He won't even fucking like bring him back to full. He's just gonna use Spare the Dying. And just leave him there.
Oh, by the way, how much are those healing potions?
44 plus 4. All right. What are you guys doing?
So,
it is still nighttime, I will say.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
Uricius is gonna walk up to the pit with the owlbear, and he's gonna try and feed it again.
Does Spare the Dying wake Hugo up, or is Hugo just unconscious?
He's just unconscious there.
Alright, cool.
After you have pretty much abandoned Xulen, he's content to just leave you in the mud.
As you kind of walk over to the pit with the owlbear, you see it kind of crying and whining, and like you see like the mud stains like all over its paws and claws, where it's obviously been trying to like claw its way out of this pit the entire time.
Oh
You
god.
monster.
Kitty's gonna also go over to the pit because she's not dealing with grumpy Xulen.
Yeah.
Xulen's
so that's what-
feeling much happy after what just happened.
25 there. Kitty's gonna stare down at Uricius with. Oh wait, you're not in the pit, are you? Are you in the pit?
No, he went up to the pit. He's not dumb enough to climb in.
Oh. All right. Kitty is with her proficient knowledge in animal handling. She's going to try making soft cooing sounds as Uricius is trying to calm it down with Yorkee.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll animal handling for that?
Yeah.
Cool. 19.
All right. You see it very apprehensive of coming towards you. It's particularly kind of looking at Uricius.
Uricius, do you wanna?
But
do you
you-
want one of my coats? I could give you one. Stop rolling.
Please.
Kitty's gonna-
Uricius is just gonna take the coat and try his best to cover up most of his upper body, because the lower body doesn't matter. He can glow from behind. That's fine.
All right. Yeah, as you do that, you definitely notice that like it looks at Uricius, and then it finally kind of you can kind of see like the fur on its back begin to kind of unfurrow and relax ever so slightly, and it just kind of takes a few steps over towards the side of the pit where Kitty is.
Well,
Kitty
Kitty's
is
right.
going to.
Uricius is just bitter about this.
continue cooing at it. She's gonna like kind of hesitantly hold out one of her hands for the owlbear, just to like kind of try and help it get out of this pit. Or maybe both of her hands, like.
I want to say this owlbear is probably like 2-3 feet tall in a 5-foot pit.
It's a toddler, it's fine.
It kind of like does a couple like almost like swipe, like baby swipes at your paw, at your hands as you kind of hold them out in front of it.
Kitty's gonna continue cooing just to, please come, please get out.
Well, all this, I don't really think I could. Well, maybe with my feral might, I might be able to drag the corpses away from the baby. Just go hide them.
Oh, I completely forgot about the corpses.
Yeah, that's why yours is
I guess
trying
those
to
are
calm
a
it
problem.
down.
Wake Hugo up and he'll help you.
No.
Oh, I bet you'll help, all right.
Yeah. So, what would it take for me to start dragging these corpses into the bushes?
You don't have your beast shape currently, do you?
It lasts for an hour.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
but
have
you,
my,
but you went
angelic
unconscious.
transformation. There's a chain. Let me see that again.
Do you lose the stasis when you go unconscious?
Trying to see. Nope, I keep it.
Okay.
It just lasts for 1 hour. Oh wait, no, yeah. When I fall unconscious, you're right.
Okay, yeah. In your current form, these are just
no, nothing's happening.
they're too big to move. Like they are dead weight upon dead weight.
Well,
Oh man. Okay, still trying to coax it out of the pit. Please grab-
It cannot get out of the
owlbears
pit.
grab hands.
You're gonna have to grab its hands.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
swiping at you constantly, though.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try and grab it as gently as possible. Try not to scare it.
Okay. Can you make me an athletics check as you try to pull the baby cub out? It is
Oh no.
a hefty boy.
Oh no.
it's a chunky boy.
Can I look to Uricius? Like, can you help me get this baby out? Please.
Oh, I want to help, but I don't want to scare it.
Maybe you could like pull on me as I pull on the bear.
Okay, and he'll just kind of grab her politely by the waist to
Thank you.
pull.
Okay.
Right. My athletics check is a 6. Me, Uricius.
Don't you have advantage because I'm helping?
Yeah. What was the other roll?
That's a 10.
10.
Yay.
Uh,
6. It's an advantage.
Yeah, I'll say you're able to get it out of this pit as it's
Gentle.
squawking and cooing all over the place.
Oh.
Very confused and
Okay.
not very calm, and it immediately kind of sees the giant corpses laying around, and you can see all of its hair start to stand up again, and it gets really rambunctious and is almost like crying out to like get out of your hold right now.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Uricius, should I cast sleep?
You don't want to cast sleep on an owlbear.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm not doing that.
It is
Oh,
much
please
better to
hush,
earn
little
its
one.
trust.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna try
Here.
cooing again.
All right, you want to do another animal hunting check for me?
Yeah. Is it doing it? Oh, that was a lot worse.
Oh, can Uricius help with this?
This is like Kitty's the one that is like actively holding the owlbear. It like immediately starts kind of like freaking out and just jumps out of your arms.
Okay, this is fine. We can handle this.
And you see it kind of like backing up as it is kind of like a slight kind of growl mixed with a squawk.
Oh.
It probably shouldn't have seen its parents. Or at least what I think that is. What are we gonna do with this thing?
Unfortunately, it's probably gonna die without its parents.
No. It's big. It's still big. Maybe it doesn't need milk anymore. It might be fine.
Milk is unfortunately not its problem in these woods.
Yeah, but we can take it with us.
As it is actively
It's
backing
scared
up
of
into
us.
the woods.
Xulen kind of raised a blood-covered eyebrow at that one.
We just have to calm it down, and Uricius will just kind of lightly toss jerky at it.
Throw meat at it.
Completely ignoring it.
Oh man.
I would say at this point it's going to kind of back up into the woods and just kind of turn around and start running into them.
Oh.
All right.
Well,
at least
Hugo got his
Humperdinck
pelts.
didn't get at it.
That poor
Speaking of
owlbear.
Humperdinck,
Just leave him there. I don't want him awake. He needs to sleep.
Constitution check to see if he wakes up.
I would say after combat and everything that you were still pretty bonked.
So is there a nearby river or pond or something Xulen can clean himself off on?
Where you are, you would be a little bit of a trek. It would probably be like 30 minutes walk to get to the nearest one.
Xulen might have to go to sleep in all this bloody clothes.
now that combat's over, yeah, Kiddy's going to approach Xulen and ask him to hold still. Does he hold still?
Yeah.
Kiddy's going to start pressing her hands against his bloody clothes and casting prestidigitation just to, clean it because blood is disgusting.
All right. Cool.
I was gonna say Hugo does have a nice dress that Xulen should wear.
Oh my god.
Suck it,
That would be
Hugo.
something.
Kitty felt me up first.
Man, do you say that out loud?
No.
Hugo's
my
asleep.
God. Oh my god.
We're about to have consequences.
So
Okay. Once Kitty's
Neat
done
trick.
with that, yeah, neat trick. You should learn it sometime.
Uricius is just gonna kind of walk up to everyone who had a bite taken out of them with the loose pieces of fabric that are on the ground, and just kind of use mending to fix everyone's clothes.
Yeah, Xulen kind of gives a little chuckle to say to Lenny. He kind of chuckles, goes, "Well, you taught me how to play the lute. Maybe you can teach me that eventually."
Yes, that would be nice. Maybe we could all learn to heal ourselves and not die.
Xulen kind of laughs at the awkwardness of the phrasing of that.
Uricius will just kind of pipe in, "Yeah, it'd be nice if you guys could heal yourselves as well."
I mean, Xulen is saving one good touch for somebody if he needs to.
Oh god. Good touch yourself.
I can. Technically, I can.
Then you should.
Actually, I have to ask. Oh, sorry.
No, you go on.
I have to ask. How did these owlbears get here?
Well, I'm going to imagine that they heard the squawking cub and came flying over. He kind of gestures
Yes,
to
but
the
why
very
did the-
large wings.
Where did the cub come from?
The woods.
I found it in the woods, right down the outskirts of the camp.
Okay, and why did it come to the camp?
Xulen's eyes kind of flicker at that one. I don't know. Could have been curious.
Uricius will just.
Insight.
Uricius will immediately. No, you don't have to roll insight. Uricius will immediately pipe up and go, "Oh, really? It just wandered into the camp now, did it?"
Shut up, you're as guilty as I am about this.
Hey, I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong, and we should not have messed with that cub. Xulen led it to the camp. I guess he thought it would be lonely.
Xulen kind of slumps down and deflates a little bit and looks a little dejected.
No, it's all right.
It's okay.
Why
I
did you
just thought
want
it was
to
cute.
bring it?
Uricius will pat it. Oh my
Maybe.
god. Uricius will pat him on the shoulder and go, "It's okay, bud. We've all been there.
I mean,
Tried that myself with a wolf once. Didn't end well."
I never got to have a pet before.
Oh.
You just have a sad Xulen right now.
Kitty's gonna sit next to him, just pat his shoulder.
Yeah. So both shoulders are being pat right now. This is great imagery.
Xulen
Hugo
gets
lets
all
out
of
a
them.
nice
Xulen
loud
gets everybody. Take that, Hugo.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Oh, the
Hugo
out
will
character
get you in the
comments.
end. It's on.
Oh my god.
Told you, the bad boys get everything. Girls just want to comfort them.
So Uricius will just kind of look at the camp, look at the owlbears, and go, well, if we prepare this right, we got extra rations for a while.
Yeah, and
Oh,
unfortunately, with what Hugo's thinking, they are worth something.
Okay, well, we sell the pelts and then keep the meat, obviously.
but do any of us have salt?
Let me check. I
Meat.
might.
I can confirm you do not have the quantity of salt needed to prepare rations. You need an obscene amount of salt to prepare a ration.
Uricius will just kind of look at his bag, go, oh, and then kind of look up and go, I don't think I have enough to really make a difference.
Xulen is going to go up to the one that had the sword in it, and he's going to try to, I guess, do a survival check to remove part of the pelt. Mostly try to keep it as intact as possible.
Don't know if you all realize how difficult this is.
I've survived in the woods before. It's just bigger and more feathery.
I'm going to argue this is more of a nature or medicine check than a survival check.
Ooh, if it's medicine, I got this one.
I say if that Xulen's not entirely confident in his abilities for that one. Just kind of sitting there with a knife, just kind of tapping against his helmet, going, how would I even go about this, actually?
Uricius will kind of walk up and go, if I could attempt it, I've skinned some smaller things before. It shouldn't be too different.
He just kind of holds out his knife for Uricius to take.
Okay, he will do that.
He'll do that. I'm going to try to
Jesus
figure out more
Christ,
about this sword.
that's not 20, so that's 24 total.
Yeah, you managed to skin it pretty well. It's not the most pristine pelt, because of everything that happened. But I mean, you get a decent pelt off of it.
Okay, and
also
he's
tried
gonna.
to get. Oh, sorry.
He's also gonna skin the other one while he's at it. Hopefully, this one goes just as well.
The first pelt's gonna weigh you about 40 pounds.
Oh, he's gonna leave it on the ground for now.
Okay.
He's gonna skin it and then leave it there, and then go to the other one, and that's a 23.
Yeah, as you get it off.
Okay.
Evan, with my family's knowledge of like trading animal skins and just animals in general, would I know the most valuable parts of an owl bear to like take?
Yeah, you could nature or history. You can make me a check for.
Either. I'll go with history. Okay. I know nothing. I am blind.
Sounds good.
You've never seen an owl bear before.
I've never seen an owl bear. What is that? We don't have that. Never mind the east.
Okay. Well, with that out of the way, Uricius is just gonna light
skinned corpses of owlbears laying around on the ground.
Yeah, Uricius is just gonna light an incense and just kind of kneel down and apologize to Mother and just go, I'm sorry, Mother, there was no choice. And gather the skins up nicely and put them beside Xulen's tent.
Well, this is still technically my watch. You guys get to sleep. I'm going to study this sword for a little bit.
Oh, actually, I forgot to mention, I wanted to do an investigation to see if there was a sword in the other one.
No, nothing else on the other one.
Okay, well, worth a shot. Okay, then, yeah, that's everything. Uricius is just gonna pack up and sleep, defeated.
Kiddy, before she goes back to her tent, she's gonna wake up Hugo.
No, just put him in his tent.
I mean, technically, he's just sitting at 0 hit points still.
He's fine. He's stable.
Just slap his face a little bit.
All them hit dice.
Xulen, you mentioned you had a good touch. Do you think you could apply it to Hugo?
Uricius is going to chuckle.
Very distraught over the phrasing of that.
Uricius is gonna chuckle and goes, "Sweetheart, I think he's a little too straight for that."
Actually, Xulen holds a hand and goes, I got an idea. Walks up to Hugo, punches him right in the groin with holy magic. And he uses his Asmar ability to give him 3 hit points.
You could, oh! As he wakes up in extreme pain, but also in nice, pleasant warmth.
Oh my god.
Evening, sunshine. Get back to bed.
What?
Do you need
Where
help
are
getting
we?
to
What
your
are we?
tent?
Uricius will just
I
kind of
think I know
chime.
where my tent is. Ah, yeah.
Uricius will just kind of chime from his sleeping bag. You're welcome, and just turn over.
Do I see the skinned owlbears?
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna go up to them, cut off a piece of meat, and then I'm gonna take the beak from one of them.
Okay.
Oh.
Xulen just kind of lets out a sigh and just goes back to studying the sword.
I'm not here. Kitty's gone. She's in her tent.
Gob is
Be
gonna kind
careful
of
with that thing.
go back to like Hugo's tent.
Yeah, and Hugo, after getting his hunk of meat and beak, will go back to his tent.
Mm.
Oh, great dungeon master. What do I see in this sword?
As you kind of investigate this sword further, it has this I would say like dark gray, almost blackish tanned leather hilt that leads up to like a very extremely small, like almost impractical guard. It's really just a spacer that leads up to this kind of fine longsword that kind of does a slight curve ever so slightly towards the top of it. And you notice that as you look at this longer, there's these the blade itself is this kind of very kind of whitish silver, and as you hold it a little bit longer, you almost see these like bluish, like how I could say of them is like almost like illusions, where you see some almost like runic script, and you see 6 runes kind of evenly spaced, going up about like halfway up the blade.
Would I have any sort of clue as to what this thing is I'm holding?
History with disadvantage. There is a
That's a 3.
no. Some magical sword.
And you said it's a long sword?
Yes, it is a longsword.
God dang it, that means I can't even use a stupid thing.
I will say whenever it feels lighter than a normal longsword, to where a more dexterous individual could probably use it.
Okay, so that's what I was getting at. Dexterity can use this. Thank you, oh wise and great DM, for the magic owlbear armpit sword.
And with that, I am going to kind of call a break as everybody goes to sleep for the evening, and Xulen is meditating with the sword, for lack of better words. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause the episode, and we will be back in a few seconds. Welcome back from the break, everybody. Yeah, so the party decides to kind of sleep off the eventful night, for lack of better words. And as Xulen kind of stays longer with the sword, there's these moments where he holds it, and almost in your head you see visions of wildfires. Just no identifiable forest or anything like that, just nondescript forests that are kind of erupting into flames.
Would I have any inclination of what is going on in my brain right now?
Magic
I've heard
item.
legends about any of this.
Magic items. I guess I should talk about this, podcast listeners. One of my variant rules is that magic item attunement to me is very different from how it is in normal D&D. Instead of just like sitting with an item and then figuring out all of its details, which I don't normally like. Every magic item kind of has its own ins and outs. So some magic items, it may be as simple as kind of sitting with them for the night and you get to know them. Other times it's going to be, there might be a quest, or there might be a specific event or something like that, or you might have to converse with the magic item, solve riddles, etc., etc. I kind of like use the metaphor that like it's a magic item. It has kind of like this life force inside of it. So if it was like, say, a wild animal or a different type of like plant or something, each one is going to need different things. So I don't use a blanket statement saying like all magic items need the same thing. So to answer your question, from you kind of being tied into nature's claws, like you would know that this is, there are things like this of magic items in general, where they will kind of give you hints towards what they want you to do, or something that, or something that also might have created them.
Xulen's sitting there pondering. He has a couple theories of what to do. The first one he's going to do is just hold it near the campfire.
You never made a campfire.
Oh shoot, we didn't. How the hell did we make a campfire?
You could always just hold it up to Uricius as he sleeps.
I don't think I count as fire, but
I don't, but I light.
how much longer would it be for Xulen to be on watch before swapping with somebody else?
Well, it'd probably be like an hour or so, and then it would be about sunrise.
Xulen is going to use his kit to make a very quick, very tiny campfire.
All right.
And when he does that, he's going to hold the sword next to it and see if anything changes.
Yeah, as you kind of hold the blade next to the flame, you see the runes, which you can no longer see. You just saw them like a glimpse while you were kind of holding it. They now kind of glow with this kind of like molten tone to them.
The fire and heat. Is there a tree next to me?
You're
or
in,
any sort of underbrush?
You're in the Crimson Grove.
Well, I'm going to look to see if the nearest isolated tree next to me and take a swing at it. Oh boy.
Okay, yeah,
vision's gonna mess with me.
you swing at it, and the tree begins to engulf into flame. I would say way quicker than a normal fire would. This fire almost seems as if it's scaling the tree. And after like a few minutes, like the entire tree is just engulfed in the flame. And it even burns quicker. Like I would say within like a minute tops, like the tree is literally just turned to ash in front of you, as kind of like the molten coals sit at like your feet.
Hey Evan, how loud is this?
Actually not terribly. Surprisingly, this is not very loud.
Okay.
When I saw those runes for a bit, would I recognize what language they were?
Un momento, por favor. No.
Fair enough.
And everybody, you can benefit from a long rest, by the way. All right, is Xulen doing anything else?
At the moment, he can't think of anything to do. It lit stuff on fire and it made pretty runes. I guess that's about the most he can get out of it for the moment.
Yeah, you notice that once you kind of get away from the fire and everything, that the runes kind of fade away and become kind of intermingled with the white blade itself again, unnoticeable.
Unfortunately, I don't know too much about this. He's just kind of mumbling to himself.
Okay.
He's gonna need to find an expert. Oh, yeah, that's why he's just been doing that this whole time until the dawn rises.
All right, I'd say that a lot of you all awaken, kind of see the leftover coals from a small campfire that was made. Also a nearby large pile of ash, which a lot of you kind of remember a tree being there, but also after last night, like, your memory's not the best.
Uricius will walk straight up to Xulen and go, "Did you burn down a tree?"
Maybe. To be fair, it was the sword that burned it down.
Why do you feel like angering the forest?
1, you're assuming the forest is alive. 2, it put images in my head that told me to.
Like, the second Xulen says that, a giant kind of column of leaves just kind of blows over him.
I imagine Xulen just kind of spits out one of the leaves that got in his mouth and goes, "Okay, maybe I believe you a little bit."
This is the Crimson Grove. This is filled with fae. You don't want to burn down trees.
Well, perhaps then you can help enlighten me to this riddle. When I was
Riddle?
examining the sword, I saw images of a fire going through a forest.
Yes.
And the sword seems to, well, glow and, well, do magic stuff around fire. Also, you should have seen how fast it burned down that tree. That was incredibly fast. Ever seen anything
I
like
want
it?
to see it. You demonstrate?
Uricius is going to snap his fingers, kind of like you do when you're like telling off a dog, but you're not fully paying attention, and go, "Give me a minute, no, shush," and go. I've seen a few magic items when I was studying at my temple, but nothing that was that effective. This is some pretty good sword from the sounds of it. Keep it away from Hugo.
I might be using it to keep him in line finally.
Ooh. Oh, mother help us all. Evan, can I make an Arcana check? Or what kind of check would you think I should be making?
4.
For the sword. The sword, to see if I can like just identify it a bit.
You're not going to be able to.
Okay. So is there anything else about the sword? Anything at all?
Apart from the fire and the images it put in my head, nothing else much. I couldn't decipher the runes, and I have no idea what they meant. Yes, he kind of holds up the sword.
Are there runes,
there are no runes on the sword.
You sure you saw runes?
He kind of takes a second glance and looks back at his sword and goes, I'm pretty sure. I put it in the campfire, I saw them.
Uricius will snap his fingers and pull out a tinderbox out of his bag and light a match and hold it to the sword.
Runes appear.
Do I know what those runes are?
No.
I don't recognize the language or anything.
Nope.
Cool. I got nothing for you.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice blade. Could I don't know, give it a few swings or something?
Uricius will kind of wink at Xulen and kind of shake his head over towards Hugo, hoping he understands.
You know, unfortunately, I don't think I've got enough swings in for it myself. You mind holding still while I test it?
No. I'm not going to do that. Because that thing was not nice.
As you kind of remember that your finger is still kind of burned from touching it.
Yeah, no.
Unfortunately,
I'd like it if maybe you could like hand me over the other end of it. I just want to like test its balance or something.
Unfortunately, I think we're going to keep it under wraps until we get to Jonio, where we can get a more professional to look at it.
I'd
And
give
with that,
it right
he's kind
back.
of swaddling it in some cloths and keeping it close to him while very much glaring at Hugo.
Fine,
Kitty's
fine.
gonna wake up at this point.
Mhm.
Gonna crawl out of her tent with bleary eyes. What time is it?
What time is it, Evan?
Yes, you're supposed to be up there, Sleepy.
You guys are, I would say, a little bit before afternoon.
Up? You're awake before afternoon? Are you sure you're okay?
I don't know. It was a long night.
Well, unfortunately for you, the day is going to be longer. We have a long march ahead of us.
Oh, it's not that bad.
That's true. Oh, it comes in set number of days. Where do you think we'll see another one of those?
I imagine on the road.
I'm hoping never.
Well,
Me
considering Uricius will kind of chuckle and go, if only we were so lucky.
Now, that just leaves one last thing, and he kind of eyes over the giant pelts of the owlbears. How do we transport those?
Whoever has the most space in their bags.
Boy, be nice to have some horses, wouldn't it? He just kind of gives a glare.
Hey, I wouldn't be okay with horses, okay?
The pelts are about 40 pounds a piece, and they're not something that you could fit in a bag. Like, you're gonna be like throwing them over the shoulder or like dragging them or something.
Let's kind of shake his head and go, your equinophobia continues to baffle me.
I'm sorry,
I
what?
think we need to consider. I think we need to consider the fact that we can't take these pelts with us.
Oh, we're taking them. Hey, Hugo, you're the one who wanted them so bad you're carrying them.
I think you got that wrong. I've got everything I want. And he kind of like leans back, and you see that he has a new belt buckle made out of an owlbear beak.
Uricius, unwavering, will say it again. You're the one who wanted them so bad you're carrying the pelts.
You're the one who skinned him, and that's a pretty bad job you did. So,
Excuse me?
you know, I think if you want to carry them, go ahead. Me, I'm happy with what I got.
Bad job? We practically butchered the things. This is what was left that was actually usable.
Hey, we could have had a full baby owlbear.
Xulen looks very sad at hearing that one. Thinking of a future that could have been.
Uricius will give him a couple pats on the back and go, yeah, we could have, if someone hadn't have been so dumb to put it in a goddamn pit.
Look, it was running away. I had to do something. I didn't have enough time to make something, fancy.
Boy, I'm feeling another healing punch coming on.
Look, man, and he kind of like covers his crotch as he kind of like backs up. You don't have to do that.
Uricius will chuckle. Oh, I think we do.
Well, if we can't take the whole pelt, just cut off what we can carry.
I believe the feathers are valuable. Hugo's gonna take like some of the feathers, pelt or whatever.
Okay.
He's not strong enough to carry a full pelt, I don't think.
Uricius will also take a couple feathers, specifically because he wants to make a few quills for himself, you know?
All right.
I think Xulen's probably gonna join him with a few feathers.
Yeah.
We all grabbing feathers.
Yeah, but Uricius is also going to cut. Okay, Evan, how heavy do you think a 2 foot by 2 foot square of the pelt would be?
2 foot by 2 foot, like 10 pounds. Or not 10 pounds,
okay.
like 5 pounds. What am I saying?
5 pounds? Cool. Uricius will cut that off and fold it up, put it in his bag.
Okay.
And he's just gonna kind of grimace and take some of the claws as well.
Nature and medicine check. They have retractable claws. You're gonna be ripping claws out of the mutilated corpse.
23.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's it for Uricius.
All right.
He's having breakfast, okay? Give her a minute. We're gonna be walking more, okay? You people are crazy.
Not one for the life of the road, are you there?
No, I'm usually traveling with a party, if I do travel at all.
Xulen just kind of blinks a lot at you after that statement.
A professional party.
Well, can't
Never
speak
mind.
for the other two, I guess.
You guys kind of hear the sound of like hooves against the main road, kind of coming from the way of like Gramsport. After a few minutes, you kind of see like a ramshackle kind of drawn carriage, like very like natural looking, like it's like vines and branches that actually make up the carriage, and it's being pulled by a giant elk. And just kind of going by you, there's a figure that's kind of out front of the carriage. It's guiding the elk, very kind of like druidic looking with its robes and everything.
Does it look like a familiar druidic figure?
No.
Would we have any knowledge of what this thing could be based on our connection?
One of the many druidic clans.
I don't think we can figure out which specific one.
Not all of just kind of a sight thing. Not all of them are as obvious. But just kind of goes right past your campsite, like gives you a little bit of a wave, and then goes on by.
Yeah, Xulen just kind of gives a small wave to him also. No reason to stop him.
Uricius will give a curt nod out of respect.
Hugo will ignore him.
He's eating.
Well, good to know we're not the only people on this road.
I should hope not, considering it's the main road.
Well, given that there's owlbears on it nowadays, who knows what's been happening to the rest of it? I haven't been down these roads in ages.
Uricius will just kind of smile and go, "This is the closest part of the road to the Crimson Grove. This is the most dangerous section. So the rest of the road from here on out should be much nicer to travel on."
Well then,
Okay.
shall we start traveling?
We should. Have we packed our tents at this point?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
Uricius
definitely
is
would
already packed up, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you are
just
slow
kidding.
there,
Oh
Kitty.
man. Do give me a couple minutes, maybe a few more. Yeah, Kitty's gonna finish up eating. She's gonna start packing.
all right. Perfect.
Uricius will kind of mumble, "You need a hand?"
Oh, yeah, that'd be helpful. Thank you.
Montage of packing up the tent and everything.
Yep.
And are you guys just gonna set out for the road after that?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Who are the two perception people this time around?
It's always me, probably.
Yeah, and then
Hugo will want to be in the front.
I mean,
well, I assume I lead, so because of when it gets dark, we'll need the extra glow.
I can take the back and just provide musical entertainment along, the journey. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's say Xulen and Hugo decide to take the decisive lead.
Excellent. All right, which one do I
Yeah, you guys can roll perception checks for me, or you can give one or the other advantage.
I already have advantage, so
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll just go. It'll be fine.
14 for me.
Okay.
A 4 from me.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm just enthralled by Kitty's lovely playing, as well as Kitty's just like lovely face and figure. So
Yeah,
No.
Hugo's just
no,
walking
you can't.
backwards.
Mm-hmm.
pretty much, yeah.
I like to think it's a constant battle of like Hugo walking backwards and like Xulen trying to like move him back up to the front and be like, actually walk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You travel down the road for a while. Nothing too eventful. As you kind of go more along this road, it becomes more of kind of like a rural road, which like Hugo knows, for example, just from kind of being and using it before. Kind of in the middle, there's an offshoot town that believes it's kind of like a bad thing to have like a full-on established road, so it kind of degrades to like a more natural point. But yeah, you guys go on, I'd say like 4 or so hours into your trip. Pretty uneventful outside like the occasional animals and everything. Nothing too exciting. You get passed by the occasional kind of like carriage or something, just by kind of like commoners and such. Nothing too fancy. And then there's a moment where Hugo is kind of like in the front of everybody but still walking backwards, and Xulen's kind of like trying to turn him around. Hugo completely misses it as there starts to be an inscription in the road, but Xulen can see that Hugo just walked right past it, and it says it comes in one.
Xulen will just stop dead in his tracks when he sees that. Oh no.
Something
Here I
wrong?
was hoping we could dodge this.
Oh, is it there?
It comes in one, apparently.
It's probably gonna do the thing again. Don't move.
Uricius will just kind of look at Kitty and go, "Very descriptive, and I much prefer to keep walking. If it happens, it happens."
Don't worry, I'll protect you.
All right.
Xulen just kind of kicked some dirt over the writing and just keep walking.
You notice that like the writing almost like is preserving itself, so like if dust gets into it, it kind of like spits it back out.
Hugo cast mold earth on it. Try and wipe it.
Yeah,
Take mileage out of that.
that works.
Oh yeah, I've got 2 cantrips. I'm going to squeeze them dry.
I took magic initiative. I am getting use out of it. Damn it. All right. Yeah. You guys.
Actually, I want to. Oh, sorry. I want to try something.
Mhm.
Kitty's gonna stand over it and wait, is it already gone?
Yeah, I would say Hugo just casted the spell.
Fine.
Sorry.
Let's keep going, guys. He stopped for nothing.
Yep.
All right.
Does anybody we passed look like they're maybe from Jonio?
Not really. There's like the occasional like farmer, but like no nobleman or anything like that. No one that you would see like commonly out here from Jonio.
All right. Well, Hugo's just gonna kind of keep an eye out for anybody who maybe looks like they would know something coming from the direction of Jonio.
Okay. Yeah. The main people that would have the money to come out here are generally going to be like army men, merchants, and like nobles. After kind of walking for about like another 10 minutes or so, everybody's vision goes red, and the trees and the sound of the wind and animals all just falls to an eerie silence
Oh, I'm getting real tired of this.
as the ground begins to shake beneath your feet.
Oh, this is new.
Almost
I
to the
don't like
level of
it.
a substantial earthquake.
Jeez.
Uricius will just kind of casually sit and cross his legs, crisscross applesauce, and wait.
I just gotta notice Xulen going to a 3-point stance on the ground.
Kitty's gonna hug her Theobro and just sit down.
Hugo will stay standing on 2 feet in like a power pose.
Make you do a dexterity throw. Dexterity throw. Punish.
The kind of ground that you are sitting and standing upon begins to kind of lift itself up, almost as chunks of earth are ripped from the ground beneath you. Other chunks are kind of pulled up from the surrounding terrain and everything, and they seem to be kind of ascending in kind of various levels and staircases, going further and further into the sky, when suddenly you see this kind of rip in the middle of this kind of vision or whatever is going on, just a rip in the middle of space, and from it comes out this peering kind of opaque black shadow that seems to almost consume whatever light comes in contact with it, and it branches and splinters out as this rip is kind of slowly opening and getting grander and grander in size. And Gob immediately kind of shoots a button at it.
Oh no!
And you just see the shadow just completely consume the button.
Kitty's gonna say hi in Abyssal.
Oh, Uricius in Abyssal is also going to be, so what's your business with us?
Xulen, after seeing this thing rip open space and seeing his 2 close friends start speaking in a solid language he can't understand, looking very freaked out right now.
Even more so, as they say that, you see these glowing, what I could only describe as like ritual circles on certain kind of stones along this path up to the kind of rip, kind of glowing in this kind of light crimson-y tone.
Do I recognize any of them? Do they look like devilish?
You
or
could roll me.
demonish?
Yeah, you could roll me a history check on this.
I would say, with Xulen's history, would he have?
Yeah,
with
you
fiends
both
and-
of you guys with the ties you have
What'd you say you want?
a history.
You know any clients who do
17.
this?
That'd be with advantage, right? Because it's fiend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17 for me.
It's going to be a 16 for me.
Both of you guys recognize the general kind of design to, you remember kind of seeing almost like what would only be described as like hieroglyphs at all of the mysterious towers in Anun, but those towers are in a completely unknown language, and the history behind them is little to nothing known. But
Wait, is there text?
there's almost like There's almost like a eureka moment when you come to that realization and you kind of put two together. These look remarkably kind of similar to the ones that are kind of written on the walls there.
Hugo's gonna share a look with Xulen, looking at these circles.
Xulen is definitely flicking his eyes towards Hugo at that point. And he has a feeling they both have an understanding of what this means.
So is the shadowy figure gonna respond to Uricius or Kiddy?
There is not a shadowy figure. There's just a rip in kind of nothingness with a shadow coming, or with like a shadowy essence, like kind of breaking out as if it was like the opposite of sunlight.
Oh. Uricius is gonna try Celestial just to see what happens and kind of brace himself and go, is anyone on the other side?
And I would say just as you kind of do that, the rift has been kind of growing and growing in size. It started off from what I would say is probably only like 2-3 feet, kind of goes quickly to like 5 or 7, and then like just as you kind of utter that, you see it with kind of like a loud, what I could almost describe as like tearing of metal is just heard as it expands to, I would say about like a 40-foot like radius of just pure darkness through it. And just a moment later, you begin to kind of see as these red tentacles slowly seep their way out through this massive portal, and a figure, the kind of crimson cloaked figure that you saw before standing over the ocean, slowly walks out. These tentacles aren't tied to it. These tentacles are far larger than it. I would say like one of them is like a good like 10 feet diameter and expands like could easily span a couple 100 feet as it's kind of peering out this portal.
Okay.
Kitty's gonna say in Abyssal, is there something you'd like to discuss?
I just threw up a map on Roll20 if you guys would like a visual.
So Xulen's not sure whether to point his rapier at the figure, at the potentially mind-controlled meat puppet next to him speaking Abyssal.
Oh.
As this figure kind of floats out of the portal, you see this kind of faint, almost like translucent red bridge form between the portal and kind of the peakmost part of these rocks that have been ripped up from the ground.
Okay, well, Uricius is going to stand up and look to Xulen and Hugo and go, if it only speaks Abyssal, you guys need to stay back and let Kiddy and I do the talking.
No, if it speaks.
Xulen's kind of eyeing you with that one, but he's not saying anything.
Hugo's going to load his crossbow.
Okay.
Hey. We just fought owlbears. I don't feel like fighting something from another plane of existence. Put your crossbow away.
And he stabs himself. Makes it radiant damage.
Okay.
And points his now glowing crossbow at this thing.
Xulen is kind of holding up a hand to Hugo and just kind of that hold your shot sort of thing.
So Uricius is going to kind of walk towards the figure. Not going to meet it on the bridge. He's going to stay where he knows solid ground is, but he's just going to get a little bit closer and kind of, I guess, lead for the party.
Kitty's going to step forward as well, just still behind Uricius.
Okay. You will notice that as you are kind of ascending these rocks and their kind of jagged terrain, that the figure does kind of walk across the bridge. As he kind of, you see him wave a hand as from the rock, this kind of what could only describe as be like a altar appears right in front of him.
Okay.
Got going on there.
Uricius, unwavered after a little grimace, is going to keep going and walk up and yet again in Abyssal go, do you have business with us?
When you utter that, you hear the kind of faint whispers from when it came into, which quickly turns into the kind of episodic horror that you saw when you looked into the Black Sea. And when you try to speak Abyssal, it's as if your voice is gone.
So what languages can I physically speak right now?
Your other ones, they work perfectly fine. But when you try it, when you think about talking in Abyssal, your voice just vanishes.
In Draconic, he's gonna relay this to Kiddy.
Oh, all right. Okay, Kitty's gonna try some. She's going to cast Comprehend Languages, and then she's going to speak Abyssal.
Kind of faint whispers are heard in the back of your head. And as they kind of come to this kind of crescendo, as the episodic horror begins to kind of creep into your mind and you get these visions and such, the figure, you see him kind of reach out this hand, which I could only describe as like made out of like writhing, unsheathed like flesh. And just as he does, like all of the visions and whispers just kind of vanish from your head and just kind of stands there with its hand in almost like a stop position.
Uricius is gonna stop moving, and this time he's just gonna sigh and incoming go, "I'm assuming you can understand us."
Can I shoot him yet?
And you just see the hand just slowly go back to kind of like the altar, where since you guys are still kind of like lower down in the elevation, you can't really see what he's doing on top of it.
He's gonna take one step forward.
I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna
just
do
a
it.
baby step.
You guys need to move your token so I know where you are.
Oh, we have tokens? I'm not even on that tab.
Oh, freaking! I couldn't see the tokens because of the way I have my map. So
and also I can't move my token. So
What the?
I know.
Where are we?
Am I the only one who can move their token?
Let me re-update that.
No, 1 second. I can move mine.
Tyler, go ahead and give it another try.
I assume Uricius
It's gonna be right there.
Yeah.
Right?
Xulen is
a
also
little behind.
Xulen's having a lot of his concentration on Gob to make sure that it doesn't do anything stupid.
Hold Gob's hand. Oh god.
Oh, Gob would not let that happen. Don't worry. So Uricius is gonna take that little step forward, so he's on the stairs, and just see what happens.
Kitty's gonna whisper in Draconic, please be careful.
Great, now they're just growling at each other.
He seemed to really like doing that.
You see with kind of in between his hands is kind of this anamorphic kind of gemstone. It's kind of ever changing, but there's this crystalline kind of nature to it. It always moves in kind of like a geometrical way, and from it is kind of this faint, ever so faint kind of like yellowish kind of light. And just as he waves his hand a few more times, you begin to kind of see this kind of dark abyss slowly come out from the portal and kind of like this wispy tendril and go into this item. And then shortly...
Hugo's gonna fire at that gem.
At the gem? Okay.
Yes.
You can roll for that?
God.
Well,
It's disadvantage. It's at long range.
yeah.
Oh, nice. So with disadvantage, that's gonna be a total of a dirty 20.
Okay.
I got a nat 20 and a 15.
Jesus Christ.
What you did radiant damage hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You notice that as you fire it and it hits it, but it's almost as if this shadowy tendril grabbed your bolt, and then you just kind of like saw it slowly almost like consume it, and then the tendril just kind of reformed in its natural state and bolt's gone.
He's gonna whip her head back to Hugo and try to give the most menacing glare possible.
I don't think Kitty can be menacing. I'm sorry.
No, I can roll intimidation. I can be very menacing.
And then from the kind of ground below you, you start to see kind of this green kind of wispy tendril come up and then kind of fuse inside the crystal as well. As you see it kind of mingle with the yellow energy inside the crystal, then that kind of shadowy darkness.
We should stop this.
Either that or start running.
and an echoey voice is kind of heard in all of your minds, not utterly being spoken, but is directly in your mind. The scaled beast has awoken the waypoint in the place man no longer walks. The first day of blue, the realms will collide. The land of dark, the sea, and the wild. The sun will set, and with it the lands you once know. The ones forgotten, shall return to the world in the place of wishing, and with them mankind will cease at his reign. And then you just see the crystal just kind of explode, in kind of as it kind of releases this faint kind of what I could say is like magical like glitter of sorts, as you see these kind of like sparkly just kind of debris slowly just kind of fade away as it drops away from where it initially kind of exploded, and you just see the figure turn around and slowly start walking across the bridge.
Hugo's going to run forward.
Okay.
See if I don't know if I can get there in time.
Uricius is going to walk forward and go, wait, what does any of this mean?
Hugo is going to try to get like here
Okay.
before it disappears.
Yeah, I could say
And
like
then
as he's kind of speaking it, you could definitely like dash up there.
This isn't gonna do anything, but he's going to run forward while pulling out his dagger, slice his wrist. He's gonna cast Curse of Binding on this thing.
Yep, I was waiting for that.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I was debating whether doing the same thing myself.
Hey, I've got you, man.
What does it say about Curse of Binding?
Strength saving throw.
Strength. All right. You've noticed that like you get a strong connection whenever you know that your curse has succeeded. Like when you establish that, it obviously did not in this case, but he stopped.
Cool.
And
Awesome.
just kind of like standing right at like about back, kind of turned to you as you see the writhing tentacles, as if he's about to walk back into the portal, just stopped in his tracks there.
Well, now what, genius?
I didn't think this far. Hugo's going to say, in common, we can't let you go.
What part
Hugo!
of we? Where's the we?
Oh,
And like just a slight breath of air, and just like a slight moment, and then it just starts kind of floating back towards the portal.
oh, jeez. Oh God, I had so many questions.
I've got another curse. I could do it again.
Hugo.
Uricius at this point,
And
like Destiny, is just going to walk away.
just as it's in the portal, the kind of voice is heard one more time. I am only the harbinger.
Well, we'll stop you too. And whatever you're harbinging.
Oh my God.
And then just kind of you see as the body is just slowly obscured by the darkness inside the portal. And then it's almost like you blink your eyes and then you just appear back on the ground as if none of this happened. Gob is like looking around and almost has like her sling kind of drawn and is like quickly turning around looking for like anything.
Uricius is just gonna sit on the ground and immediately go, Mother help us. Okay.
As soon as Xulen sees Gob with the slingshot, he's ducking behind his shield.
Hey, Uricius, are you religious? Yes, you're religious.
I've studied at a temple for 7 years, yes.
Yes. Do you have any idea what the Forgotten Ones are, or any of what he was saying? Because
Evan?
that seems very biblical.
Evan?
No.
No, I have no idea.
You
That
know,
is the most terrifying part.
yeah, you know the gods are immortals of a nun, but you haven't heard of anything above them.
I only know about the gods that we know about commonly.
Would Kitty know anything about what happened in that sequence? Anything whatsoever?
No, not at all.
Nice.
We need to make haste to Junio now.
Is the altar still there?
No, none of, like, all the terrain is completely back to normal.
Okay.
You guys are back
No,
on ground
we
level
know
and everything.
one thing. We know one thing. They are tied to the abyssal language. So let's keep that in mind. We know one thing.
And we don't even know if that's for sure. Maybe they just don't
Zool
like
looks
Abyssal because they
hesitant
don't
about
like
that one.
demons.
This wasn't anything
True.
I'm familiar with.
Uricius is just gonna get up and say, we should head to a place with a temple. If Jonyo has a good enough temple, then great, because I need to talk to some priests, because this is beyond me.
Oh yeah, Jonio's got a great temple. Go there all the time.
Why don't you sound so sure of yourself?
I know we've got one.
You don't know who they worship, do you?
No.
Oh, mother, please. Give me strength. Okay. Evan, can I make a history or religion check to see if I remember where the nearest place that worships Mother is? Aside from my hometown?
Like a established town?
Established,
alright.
yes. Town or city? If there is a sect of a city that worships Mother?
Honestly, probably Kings Row.
Kings Row? Okay.
Kings
And
Row.
that's not that close, is it?
It's on the other side of the Dunny Mountains.
Uricius is just gonna kind of sigh and go, I'm going to have to put my differences aside for this.
You are pretty sure that you are that the Jonyo temple is the one of the Star Grasper, the kind of goddess of like, I would say, law.
At least it's not that ridiculous, one of the more interesting gods. At least it's the goddess of law. That's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine.
Now, the big tentacle person. They also mentioned something about a scaled beast. Now, me personally, that sounds similar to a dragon. And I'll know how dragons are.
I think it might be the one we encountered, which is just marvelous.
Could be connected, yeah, since they both spoke abyssal, it seemed.
Then
I
let's
did
stop
mention
making
something
connections.
about it's not being worth it.
That they were tired of us.
Oh, I meant to ask, did Xulen put 2 and 2 together or anything to figure out if the dragon mentioned on the rock is the same one we saw with the knight?
The dragon mentioned on the rock?
Yeah, I remember that the rock is warning us about a dragon.
Sorry, repeat that?
Remember the rock that got thrown at us through the inn?
Oh,
The
yes.
message attached, warning about a dragon. Does Xulen think it's the same dragon that we saw also for the knight that we killed?
The note just there's sightings of ancient dragons. It might have said specifically ancient black dragon. I'll pull that up in a minute.
I think it's a black
yeah,
dragon.
Okay.
It was black dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it said ancient black dragon. You could probably put 2 and 2 together.
Well, no matter what, we have to keep moving. We don't get anything by standing around here.
Yeah. You're right. Uricius will pick himself up and start walking.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna think about this a lot when they walk.
You guys kind of walk on for a while. Yeah, nothing seems too much out of the usual. I would say that Hugo probably sees a kind of like a, how would I say, like a armed carriage, like very, very reinforced, and you can tell that there's multiple kind of Jonyo guards on it.
Hugo will. Do they look like they're in a hurry or kind of, moseying down?
They're going at riding speed. Like they're not galloping, but they're going at normal speed for a horse.
All right. Hugo will hail them.
Okay. Kind of this.
Hey there.
Well, kind of older, kind of like gristled human is like the kind of stagecoach. Kind of stops and sees you and how may I help you?
Lord Hugo Humperdinck, I was hoping that maybe you would have some news from Jonio. We're heading there, me and my entourage here, and I just wanted to know of the news. It's been a while since I've been there.
Not much has changed. There's a conversation that the number 3 family may be maybe dethroned here soon enough. But not much has changed. The Storm Baron's making it a little bit harder to kind of transport with Gramsport and Reedsport, but we have enough for now.
That's why we're taking the road, as dismal as it is. Well, I thank you for your time, sir. Might I ask who you're transporting? You did say it was like a carriage, right?
Yeah, it is like a full-on carriage. Where I can't say this. This is Princess Aya inside.
What I know about Princess Aya.
Do a history check. It's not one of like the very big nobles, but it's possible, you know.
Yeah. That's a 15 plus. You said history.
Yeah.
So it'll be a 19.
Okay. Yeah. The one of the heirs of the Aria family, which is the number 1 family in Jonio. She's like 4th or 5th in line.
Would Hugo have met her at all?
Probably not. Very like they're known to be like very academia focused, and they spend like a lot of their time kind of like hidden away.
All right. He will give a nod. Well, I do wish the princess my best, and best from the entire Humperdinck family, of course.
Well, haven't heard of the Humperdinks, but
7th royal family of Jonio.
Oh,
you might want to.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend. Sorry. I've been working for Aria for years now. We don't really deal with the other families.
It's okay. It's forgiven. I've forgotten it already, but I do thank you for your time. I do hope the princess stays in good health.
Well, if you wanted to know, I'm mostly involved with the family. She would know more about what's going on in Jonio if you wanted to talk to her. She was just down for a nap. She might be waking up any minute.
Oh, if she's available, I would love to talk to her.
No, well, let me go inside. You see that as he kind of gets off from the front of the carriage, like as he says that, like he's kind of pulling his collar in like a uncomfortable nature. You're almost given the impression that he's trying to make up for like blatantly insulting the Humperdinck family right now. And
yeah, as he should be.
Kind of knocks on the side of the carriage. I'm coming in, madam. Kind of opens it up and slowly closes it behind.
Uricius is going to give a glare to Hugo and whisper to him, "You try anything funny, and I don't care if you're part of the royal family or whoever you are. I will flatten you. You treat a lady the way you've been treating Jocelyn's girls."
Hugo does not give any response to this. And with my role, would I know of the other heirs to that family? Like, would I know her siblings at all?
You could remember like Alexander, and Alexander's probably like the more notable one because he gets out a lot and he's known as kind of like the traveling prince, basically. Del Gomorrah is probably the like number 1 that you would know because he's generally known for like being a very high up military commander, like almost one of the highest ones out there.
All right, cool. I just need one.
And you would know the heads of the house, Queen, I think it's Yela. Yeah, Yela, and then her husband, the first gentleman, Dolatar.
Yep, I've got the stuff pulled up.
Xulen kind of leans in very close to Hugo and whispers very carefully, "Do be careful. Some people are more insightful than others."
Hugo's going to whisper back very quietly, "I've been doing this for months, bro."
As she kind of comes out, it's a similar elf appearance to the man. Very kind of pale skin, big ears, solid black eyes. how may I help you? My gentleman says that you're a Humperdinck?
But I am, Lord Hugo Humperdinck. It's a pleasure. And he gives a very deep, like very noble bow. He does keep a very respectful distance.
No need for formalities. I'm not into all of that as much as Alexander's. How may I help you?
Well, I've been away from Joni a while now, and I was hoping that maybe you or your entourage here would have some information about the goings on in the city, or any news about anything that I would want to know before coming back. You know how some of these noble tussles can be.
Would you want to be more specific? It's a big city.
Well, I don't know, any exciting news?
Your family moved down a rank. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but they're now 7th instead of 6th. But
that did happen.
I'm
sorry.
The Camelot tiers are they're in a questionable place where a lot of people are thinking that they might be moving out, and there might be a new one in the top 3. It'd be an exciting time.
Truly, it is always exciting when things change a little bit. And how is your brother, Delgamore?
To my information, he's on a conference at Kingsrow at the moment. Still trying to come to some sort of peace treaty. I think it's unlikely Kingsrow will budge on letting us use their tunnels, but we can hope. They're still not. I don't think either side is very happy with how the war ended.
Well, that is understandable. Well, I do thank you for your time. And does it look like she wears any sort of like adornments?
More specific.
Like, like if she has like any jewelry or like anything in her hair?
Yeah, they're what I like a crescent moon kind of what's it called, like a hairpin, and then kind of like a long what I would say is like a dark purple, like almost obsidian colored chained necklace, which has like a caged raven as the pendant on it.
Well, I thank you so much for your time. And Hugo's gonna like go in his backpack and pull out a couple owlbear feathers and hand them over to her. Feathers from an owlbear. They bring good luck and fast travels. And I believe they would complement your complexion perfectly.
Please make a deception check with advantage.
Don't sigh at me. That's a 14.
Okay. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Is there anything I can do to return the good fortune to you?
No, merely being able to talk to you is enough.
Oh,
I do hope the rest of your...
Damn it.
A little bit of like a blush whenever you say that to her.
I do hope the rest of your travels go as smoothly as they have been so.
Thank you. We're on our way to Gramsport right now.
Yeah, we just came from there. Do be careful going out at night. They've had some issues recently.
Oh, really? How so?
Yes.
Uricius will pipe up and say, Blink dogs were harassing the townsfolk for a few nights ago.
There was a hag.
A hag?
I just imagined all these like peasant ruffians suddenly just poking their head in the area until these two nobles are talking.
Ruffians! Excuse me.
Hey, Uricius actually looks like a freaking respectable cleric. Thank you very much.
I'm topped with silks.
Hag and Blink dogs, that seems horribly dangerous. Are you okay? I know your family isn't really the fighting type.
I didn't want to toot my own horn, but I was, along with my friends here, instrumental in driving off the Blink dogs and hags that night. In fact, the townsfolk memorialized us, which was awesome.
Oh, spreading your reach, I see. I guess that's what noble families are expected to do nowadays. Well, I think it might be best that I don't go there if you think it's unsafe still. It was supposed to be a small vacation.
Uricius will kind of say, yeah, I would give it a few more weeks at best before attempting the journey to Grimesport again. I would maybe pick a town close by if you still feel like settling down nearby, but Grimesport specifically does not seem like a good idea yet.
And did you happen to come across my brother? Did you see Alexander's caravan?
Alexander, no, I must have missed him.
Oh, maybe a couple weeks out. Sad to hear. He's probably up in the Red Valley at this point. Maybe I should just turn around, or I think that's probably best. Maybe I could stay in Pastor Keep for a few nights and celebrate with the locals.
I'm sure that'd be a wonderful time. And I do hear that this area is great during Alien Foss.
That's a bit
It's
out?
a month, guys. It's a month.
Maybe I should come back out here when it rolls around.
So you hear a knock on the door as Xulen kind of pokes head and trying to like the most military professional goes, "Sir, I don't mean to interrupt your important meeting, but our job requires us to move with haste."
Yes, actually, if you're turning around, we could perhaps travel together for for little ways. My companions and I do offer some extra defense.
Oh, I mean, I guess it's the least that I could do for you, offering me the good luck charms. I've never heard of that tradition or owlbears being tied to it, but I don't often hear of folk stories and such, so and I don't think I've gotten a gift in a very long time from someone. So it means yes, yes, I would love to have you tag along to Pastor Keep if you would like.
That would be wonderful. And I've been around these parts for a while, so I'm sure I'll have lots of folk stories to share with you.
But I would love that. That would be perfect. As he kind of like, she almost clumsily gets up, like complete klutz like, and kind of gestures over to the night figure. Clovis, these individuals will be joining us. We're going to be turning around and going to Pastor Keep. Madam, why are we going to Pastor Keep? It's much too dangerous where we're going. These people saved Grimesport, and after a very mysterious attack, it seems. Well, as you say. Well, I guess that's that. Should I introduce myself to your friends?
Oh, of course. Here, all of you come introduce yourselves. This is Princess Aya.
Yeah.
Aya.
Imagine messing that up.
Oh my god!
She is the first princess of the first noble house of Jonia.
Oh,
Uricius's
Jesus.
Eyebrows will raise for a moment, and he will kind of brush off his chainmail a little bit and bow. Yours is Torrent at your service, my lady.
Anyone?
He's gonna freeze up a bit.
Anyone that is a friend of Hugo's is a friend of mine. We used to talk a lot as children.
I'm sure you have a wide variety of interesting stories then to tell. Hugo has been eventful company, to say the least.
He's a boisterous one.
One might say that.
Xulen kind of walks forwards and gives her a bow, and he kind of makes certain that his earring kind of dangles a little bit in sight, and goes, "My protection is here for you as it is for everyone else, my lady."
Nature's Claw.
Yes.
Oh, I was not expecting to see one of you here. Is there a particular reason?
My job requires me to go around and make sure that my order is welcomed in places. Some do not take kindly, and so it's my job to ensure that there is more security for them.
Kind of very much puzzled at what that actually means.
Hugo will step in. The Humperdinck family is trying to better relations with nature, and Xulen here is one of the representatives that I've kind of taken under my wing.
Xulen is going to have to maintain himself for that one.
Okay. I would love to hear more about this. My family is always one that encourages networking and everything.
I'll be glad to talk with you about it.
At this point, Gob kind of like runs up and like tugs on her like very regal dress and kind of like offers up like a button to her.
Uricius will speak up and immediately say, this is Gob. She unfortunately isn't fluent in Common, but I can translate for you since we both speak Draconic.
Oh, should I take the button? Sorry, I don't mean to talk about you.
No. It means she likes you. Don't worry.
Thank you. And she kind of takes the button from Gob. I've never seen a goblin in person.
I wouldn't worry about her. She's rambunctious, but she's a good soul.
I'll take your word for it. And the last one here.
Oh yes. Kitty's gonna jolt out of her, just being paralyzed on the spot. Yes, Chief Western Ambassador, Kiddy Lynd. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. You should just accept the buttons. It's her way of saying hello.
Ambassador of what, may I ask?
Lynd's Limited. We don't have a large presence here in the West yet, but soon we hope to expand our trading enterprise.
Where are you from, may I ask?
We're from the Cloth Basin. Nunatak, I'm not sure if you know of our headquarters.
I do not. Is it in the Basin itself, or is it further north, or?
It's further north. It is a shore company.
Oh, interesting. I'm sure you have lots of stories from there.
I do, and apparently we plan on traveling together. I could tell a couple. I can play if you do enjoy musical entertainment.
I would love that so much. And like you see her face like light up.
Oh, amazing! Oh, someone that appreciates my music. Do you know how to play?
I don't. My mother always thought it was a useless talent.
Oh my goodness. Lies. See, Xulen over here and myself, we know how to play the lute and the theorbo. I could help you learn a couple chords.
I would love that. Let me get Clovis to turn us around, and we'll get on the road. We should make a little bit more pace before night falls.
Of course.
Clovis, please turn the carriage around for us, and we'll be heading towards Pastor Keep. Right away, madam. And kind of turns around the carriage and kind of a long arc, but eventually kind of rolls up alongside of you guys as she opens up the door. It'll be a little bit cramped with all of us, but I'm sure it will be fine.
Oh, you're so gracious. Thank you. And Hugo will sit next to her. No, actually, no. He's going to sit right across from her.
Okay.
Like a gentleman.
After you guys kind of get settled in and everything, it's a very, very kind of regal carriage. It doesn't look so on the outside as much. It just looks like it's well made on the outside, but when you go inside, like everything is really custom embroidered with the crest of the raven and everything. You see a lot of kind of like fine fabrics and silks. There's like a very kind of fine blanket that you can tell that she's been kind of using off and on. Kind of like pillows thrown all over the place. Some are very much like on the childish side. You see some that kind of have like embroideries of like animals and like cartoonish animals and such. You don't get the vibe of a very, very mature situation. It's very much like a teenager traveling alone.
Uricius will kind of speak up and ask, Who did the embroidering on these pillows? It's gorgeous.
That would be me. As she like gives you a little bit of a blush.
Oh my goodness. I personally only dabble a little bit in sewing. My mother taught me as a child, and I haven't done much in recent years, but this is stunning.
Well, that's so kind of you. I think I'm just okay at it, but it means a lot. My mother says that I should give it up and stop wasting time.
Uricius will just kind of give a bit of a shocked face and go, if you don't mind me saying, you should never give up something you love. It's never a waste of time. If it's something that makes you happy, then it benefits the soul. And even if it takes up an hour or two during the day, it keeps you sane. And that's what matters. A healthy heart means a healthy mind.
Thank you. That means a lot. And with that, I am going to say that's where we end the session for tonight, as you guys hit the road with Princess Aya.
Told you we get a carriage eventually.
Damn it. My gosh.
So Uricius is playing it off really cool right now, specifically because he's in front of fucking royalty. But he is on the inside having a fucking panic attack. He hates carriages.
Xulen wins.
Hugo has a childhood friend.
Oh no.
Oh, it's childhood friend.
Yeah, try to keep those facts straight there, Hugo.
Oh, I got all the facts, and they're so.
Which, if she's only a teen, then
You know, but is she a teen or is she just simple? She just teen-like because she never had to grow up?
I don't know.
oh my god, if she's a
What does
teen,
she look like? Does she look older?
Well, she's a pallet elf. Like she's.
Makes it
Yeah,
a little bit
no.
difficult.
Yeah, it's very hard. Like the first 200 years look very similar.
yeah, no, if it's anything like Uricius, if it wasn't for the facial hair, Uricius would look the equivalent of a 10-year-old human boy. So,
So yeah,
this is...
that was a fun session.
Oh my god, that was
We
actually a
got
lot of fun.
bodyguards now.
See, Hugo's helpful.
Hugo's going to get us all killed.
Xulen is
just
fine
himself.
with this. Xulen finally has a carriage.
It's
Xulen wins,
We have more chances
baby.
to practice playing. We can practice our playing skills, okay? Have an excuse.
Uricius
You're just
is
turning
just
Xulen
gonna...
into a bird now, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
That's Honestly, if when we level up, if you don't take one level into Bard at some point, I'm
I
gonna
forgot.
really question everything.
Yeah, no, I forgot. At the end of it comes in one. That's a level up.
We finally level.
So
I'm literally going to start making
I-
changes right now.
I guess if people want to roll for their HP right now, that would be cool.
And that's scary. Let's see.
So
For
roll?
podcast
What's the
listeners, I do. You have to roll for HP, but you do it at advantage.
I forget what my hit dice is. Let me find
I
out.
got a 10.
Nice.
Ah, both sixes. It's 7. That's
D.
It's pretty good.
It's a D8.
Give all my big fancy dice for this.
Okay.
Oh man,
If I could get them out.
great.
Ooh, Uricius is gonna have 30 hit points now. He's not as squishy anymore. Okay. Points.
Well, Xulen's sitting at a tanky 38.
Okay.
Nice.
Ha, I'm sitting at a nice 40.
Oh, wait, I forgot. He's at 31
As
because of his
hell.
Constitution modifier. Oh, that's great.
Oh, I forgot about my constitution. It's a nice 40 then.
Oh,
25.
I really want to take a feat, but at the same time, I want to improve my ability scores so I can actually have a
I'm
strength
pumping up my
modifier.
ability scores. I just bumped 2 of them up.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm bumping strength. I need an ability score.
Yeah, so I guess with that, I'm gonna go ahead and call the episode. Very eventful one. Level up. Yay, that's fun. Yeah, so I want to thank everybody that's been listening in and kind of supporting the show. Reminder, come join the Discord if you want to listen in on a live session or you want to interact with us. We're all fairly active on there, and we love having more people in the community. And links to people's various information is down in the description. Yeah. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a good day, night, wherever you are. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.